No, because people are cool. What's the worst thing about kids? It's the lack of sleep. Like, you never really get used to it. I mean, you do kinda, but like I sleep. I love to sleep. I love to sleep. And Rose, my dear, lovely Rose, she wakes up at like 7 o'clock every morning. Now, nice thing is, she's kind of a built-in alarm clock, and we kind of have to wake up at that time anyway to get the kids to school. But it's like, I love to sleep in. I don't remember the last time I slept in. It just doesn't happen. And it's just the worst. And especially being in college, like, we have a person in our class who shall remain nameless because it's funnier that way. But like, he's always coming into class, and you ask him, he's like, "Hey man, how you doing?" He's like, "I'm tired." That is the only response you've ever gotten from him. It's like, what do you do? What do you do in your life that you are always tired? You want to know what you do? Stupid kid things. And I hate it because I want to be that guy. It's jealousy. It really is. It's just like, I remember when I could stay up all night playing video games on the reg and come to, you know, class in high school and be like, "Oh, I'm so tired." "Why are you so tired, Chris?" "Cause I never went to bed last night." Whoops. Like, I've been there. And then I grew up. But yeah, so he frustrates me, but it's more honestly just out of I wish I was there in my life still. I miss sleep. But kids also makes you really good at marathons. Who needs sleep? Not me. He games all night. Yeah. And I mean, like, I love video games. Obviously, I love video games. Video games are a humongous part of my life. But priorities, man. Priorities. Priorities. And he's just a kid. And I don't mean this, like, I don't mean this to be rude, and I don't mean this to be mean, and I don't mean this to talk down to people. That's not what I'm intending when I say this, but you got, like, a lot of you guys are still just kids, and part of being a kid is not having to worry about your priorities so much. But I gotta tell you guys, like, I kind of just want to, like, stand up in front of the class and be like, you guys need to take this seriously. You don't want to be me. I'm in this class at 33 years old. You want to know why I'm in that class at 33 years old? Because I was the kid that didn't care when I was 23, when I was 21, when I was 20, 18, 19. I didn't care about school, and I didn't take anything seriously, and I didn't find what I really had a passion for until later in life. And if I could take it back, I would in an instant. I would love to have that decade back. I would love to be a decade into my career at this point in my life. I would give anything to be a decade into my career at this point in my life. And when I see people like him, and I see some of the others that are just like, that just don't care, I'm just like, you don't understand. You are in such a great position in your life right now, and this is the time to do it. If you do it now, you could imagine where you could be in 10 years. But if you mess this up, what happens next? What happens after you mess this up? And suddenly, 10 years later, you're finding something else, and yeah, like, I don't want anybody to end up where I am 10 years too late. You know? Like, I'm 10 years too late to this. And I mean, I'm making the best of it, and I'm gonna make the best. I'm gonna be
have my
And
thanks.
I am so hard on myself because I feel like I have to be better than everybody else, because when it comes down to it, who are people going to hire? You know what I mean? Who are people gonna hire? Are people gonna hire the 23-year-old or the 33-year-old who has the same experience, the same grades, the same everything? If everything else is equal, who do you hire? The 33-year-old or the 23-year-old? You hire the up-and-coming 23-year-old. He's young, he's inexperienced, but that's because he's young. He's got his whole life ahead of him. That's who you hire, right? So, like, being in this course has been really weird for me. And I have to, like, remind myself that you guys have to live your own lives, but I just sometimes just be like, I just want to be like, you don't understand. You can't understand because you haven't been there, you haven't lived it, but you need to understand that this is life. This is your future. This is your career. You gotta take it seriously and do so well, because if you do well here, you're set. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be awesome. Anyway, there's my tired rant.